New hero Alisha is out, and today we're testing her out. We're going to try her out in a few different places. We're going to start with Roaring Tulpa, then we're going to take her into Arena, and then we're going to take her into Hard Void Tower, and at the end I'll give you my final thoughts on what I think of her and her kit. Let's dive into it. Welcome everybody, welcome. If you don't know me, I'm BearCozy. I strive to make not only entertaining but also educational videos. And right now we got a brand new patch with Alisha, and Alisha is out. Now that is not to be confused with Alicia, who is very, very similar but looks completely different. Alisha right now, here is what she looks like. She is a fire element and she actually has a pretty decent kit. Going over her kit really quickly, it works kind of interesting. From my testing, she seems like she is more of a PvP-oriented hero with some support built into her kit. So she seems a little bit more of a support hero. She doesn't necessarily hit very good, but what makes her good, what I like about her, is this aura that she gets where she casts a stealth on your whole team with the exception of the hero with the highest health, and that is going to be on her special. At the start of the round, she applies Defense 2, which is plus 50% defense, to the team member with the highest health for 2 turns, and Stealth to all of the other team members. Now, what makes Stealth really, really nice is not only do they take reduced area splash damage in Arena, which makes it very, very good, but if we go back to her trait, she will actually remove one negative effect on the team members with Stealth, which makes it really, really nice. So that is her trait. She grants an aura. Attacks of team members in Stealth ignore 20% of the target's defense and will not trigger counterattack effects, which of course is really, really good in Arena. Right now, I don't believe that works in Roaring Tulpa. I have to take a look again. But upon leaving the stealth state, the team members remove one negative effect on themselves, which is really nice. Her basic is a silencing bolt, which can be very good, of course, in Arena as well, against pesky revivers or heroes that have really, really strong abilities or counter abilities. And she deals 120% damage to them. She will apply silence to them for 1 turn when not in stealth, and when in stealth, she will apply silence to them for 2 turns. Now, the special smoke bomb we touched on briefly at the start of the round. She applies defense up 2, which is plus 50%, to the team member with the highest health, and stealth to the other team members for 1 round with a 3-round cooldown, and then if she's booked, that's a 2-round cooldown. I don't really think she needs books, but looking at her ultimate, Nether Strike is her ultimate, deals 200% damage to one enemy and increases their abilities cooldown by 1 turn. So that is a really, really good thing in Hard Void Tower and Arena as well. Damage dealt is increased by 50% if this hero is in stealth. And since we know her aura puts everybody in stealth, she will start out right from stealth, which is really nice. And she will increase her damage, which works out really, really well with an assassin set. If the enemy is killed, this ability cooldown is reduced by 1 turn. Alright, so there she is. Let's jump into Roaring Tulpa. Jumping into Roaring Tulpa. Now, as you see right there, she uses her trait, activates her trait, which is nice. She puts everybody in stealth. It almost looks like she attacks. Let's take a look at that again. It almost looks like she attacks, but she does not. She will put everybody in stealth. I have Flarence right now on the team, so I'm just going to manual this very, very quickly. And then we're going to see, so right now we have an option whether we can use attack from stealth. We can use the ultimate right from stealth, which will deal extra damage, which is very, very nice. Or if we can use the silence, but right now her Nether Strike, which is really cool looking. I like the Phoenix. Boom, it hits pretty hard. Sometimes it hits really, really hard when the assassin set procs. I put her in a random assassin set that I stole off of one of my other heroes. The stats are not fantastic. She only has about 239% crit damage, but that is more than enough to run Roaring Tulpa Hell Stage 16. Now there we go. She puts everybody in stealth again, which is nice. And then she comes out with the silencing shot, as you can see right there. And the silencing shot makes it very, very good, again, for characters that you want to control, right? If you don't want them to use their abilities, there's the Phoenix again. Now, my first impressions will go over at the end. I'll talk a little bit more about them. But as of first glance, she does not hit very hard at all. All right, going in to the boss round. There we go. So she hits for 12k and takes another attack for 5.8, which is pretty good. So she is not a very hard hitter, but she's also unascended, unbooked. All I did was put some glyphs on her, upgraded her skills, and that was it. So this team is enough to run Roaring Tulpa Hell Stage 16. I do have her in an assassin set. Rosalie, of course, helps out quite a bit. She's pretty good with Flarence. And Bella is absolutely amazing. The nice thing about Bella is you can get her free to play. Low spend, free to play. She's very easy to get. You just synthesize some heroes. And there we go. So right now, they're going to do their thing. The only thing that I'm seeing here is if we go ahead and manual this. All right, so going to manual with her, one of the things I was looking for is to see if she will nullify this counter attack effect from Roaring Tulpa. He has a counter attack. I don't believe you can ignore this. Maybe I'll have to look at her kit one more time, but the silence is nice, which of course does not work on bosses. But we'll have to test out in arena some more to see if she will actually nullify the effect of the counterattack. Now, the one thing that I really like about her during my brief testing, since she just came out, I have not had a lot of time to test her, but I wanted to make this video to give you an informed decision whether you should pull her or not, right? Take a look at this video and see how good she is and if that's somebody that you could use. She's a little squishy. She's unascended, so keep that in mind. She's unbooked, and she has gear off of somebody else. She is an assassin set, so that does help with some damage. But one of the nice things here is on her trait, she will actually put up defense 2 on Flarence, since Flarence has the highest HP, and that right there makes it really nice. And then she gives stealth to everybody else. And then, of course, when she attacks, we're just about done. I was going to put it on manual. And then, of course, when she attacks from stealth, she does a ton of extra damage. With that said, she doesn't seem to hit very, very hard. Let's take a look at the battle report. As you could see, she is a little bit lower hitting. She's also 60, doesn't have any ascension, so the ascensions help a ton. But the nice thing is she helps everybody survive, helps everybody take a lot less damage. So she is more of a control / support hero more than just a pure damage dealing hero, which is okay because she has her place in the team. Now, that was Roaring Tulpa 16. Let's jump into Arena. Diving in to Arena, let's take this off of auto. There she goes. Every time she puts up stealth on the team, it looks like she's attacking the enemy team, which she is not. She puts up stealth on everybody except for the hero with the highest attack right now, or excuse me, the hero with the highest HP. Right now, that happens to be Nathalia, since my Nathalia is decked out. So I want to see how she does. Let's go ahead and use Halia's ultimate. Now, at this point, we have a couple options. We can either use a silence, which is okay, or if we use the ultimate, she'll deal 200% damage, plus damage dealt is increased by 50% if this hero has stealth. And since we are just starting from stealth, this is the good way to go. Now, if the enemy's killed, the ability's cooldown is reduced by 1 turn, and that's really nice. But I don't think we're going to be able to kill Mathasia. But let's go ahead and target Mathasia here. Let's see how good she is versus Mathasia. So there we go. We did a ton of damage, almost taking out Mathasia. I believe the assassin set proc there. If not, the plus 50% damage definitely did. So right now, the other nice thing is because of the stealth in the very beginning, that adds one more buff to Nathalia. And if you know anything about Nathalia's trait, when she has 4 or more buffs, she deals a lot more extra damage. I believe it's 40% more extra damage. I haven't looked at her kit in quite some time. So that is the nice thing. She will actually add 1 buff to Nathalia. And since Nathalia does need 1 buff, at least 1 buff, to activate the rest of the buffs, to activate her trait, if she starts with 1 buff, she puts up buffs on herself. And then if she has 4 or more, she will do 40% more damage. So the really nice thing is, since Alisha casts her stealth on everybody, that counts as a buff for Nathalia. So that works really, really well. All right, let's go ahead and finish this team off. And I believe they should be just about dead. Now, right now, Yolanda's not going to be able to do anything. We're just going to go ahead and taunt her. And Halia should be... Let's go ahead and use Halia. We'll give Alisha 1 more turn. And right now, we can just use the water prison to take that off. And that doesn't come off, so we can use the silence on her. And if it, there we go. So we actually killed her off. All right, so that was Arena. And as I've mentioned before, I am not showing off my rank here. I am talking about showing off Alisha. I have been to Diamond 1 before, and right now I just don't have the time to grind Arena. So what I want to do is I want to continue with the showcase. Let's dive into Hard Void Tower, floor 58. That is where I stopped because of my lack of time right now. And what I want to show you is Alisha's actually pretty good. For this team, we're going to use Aaron, Nathalia. We're going to use Opal and Alisha. For the spells, we're going to use Sundering Purgatory and the Water Prison. Let's dive in. All right, diving in to Hard Void Tower, floor 58. There she goes with the stealth. And as I mentioned before, because she adds stealth, that already adds 1 extra buff to Nathalia. And then if you have Nathalia in a guard set, by the way, when the heroes are in stealth, they do look a lot more cartoon-like. If you take a look at the 2 in the back, or actually the 3 versus Opal, Opal is a lot more pronounced, more vivid, and then the other ones look very cartoony. That's interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to save everything. We're going to save the ultimate for wave 2. And we are just going to use our basics here. Now, Opal can, of course, use her ultimate. That helps her with the joint attacks. Nathalia can use her ultimate as well. If she kills anybody, her ultimate gets reset, so that's very nice. And then we're going to jump right into Alisha. Now, we're going to go defense down, and we got resistance, so I'm not sure how we're going to do here, but we're going to do our best. And let's go ahead and use the ultimate here. She's not in stealth, unfortunately, so we're not going to get the extra damage boost. And, of course, this is Hard Void Tower, so this is going to be a little bit tough. Let's go ahead and maybe we'll wait. What I want to do is I want to use Aaron. Maybe we can get some extra damage out of everybody. Hopefully we get some decent procs. If we get resist, this thing will go sideways really quick. If we do not, we'll be okay. Everything is just getting resisted, which is not ideal, but we're going to do the best we can do. All right. Going in with Nathalia is usually my heavy hitter. She did pretty good, not great. We'll see if anybody's left alive. There we go. Now we got the stealth. We can use the silence here, which is really nice. Now that she's silenced, we don't have to worry about her too much. Let's go ahead and kill what's-his-face in the back. Okay, he is dead. So this is pretty interesting. Alisha, all right, let's go ahead and finish this off. This is floor 58, as I mentioned, and they're doing pretty good. Not too bad. Rachel's not going to be able to, well, okay, spoke too soon. Rachel shouldn't be able to do a whole lot to us, but right now she's negative affinity. But Nathalia does take her out. So let's talk about first impressions and my thoughts on her. Alisha, right now, feels like she is more of a support/control hero than a damage dealer. Can she do good damage? Yes. She will most likely need lots of books and ascensions. I'm sure that if I 70 her, and if I give her all ascensions, or at least her 5 ascensions, I'm sure she will be very good. So if we go back to the hero roster, there she is, and she is pretty good. Right now, I'm liking her. If you are looking for a raw damage dealer, she is not it. However, what makes her really good, as I mentioned before, is her aura. The stealth is fantastic for your squishy heroes, and then, of course, she works really well with Nathalia to provide that extra buff. And then, for the defense up, for the team member with the highest health, she will cast defense up too, and that is going to be your healer. In my case, I used Flarence, or as you've seen in Arena, I used Nathalia. So she is pretty good. I actually like her. She seems more of a control hero than anything else. Control and support would be the way that I would put it, but I do like her. We'll have to do some shard pulls. We'll see if we can pull some more of her. And maybe if we put some better gear on her, she will do more damage. Right now, going over her gear very quickly, I just stole gear off of Bach. And right now, she's very fast. I wanted to just give her a lot of speed to showcase her off going first. And crit damage is not all that great. So I'm sure if I push closer to 300, she will be a lot better. She will hit a lot harder. And I'm sure she will put out a lot more raw damage. So there is the video. First impressions of Alisha Showcase. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video helps you make an informed decision whether you want to pull her or not. If you are struggling in Roaring Tulpa, she is definitely worth pulling because she provides overall support to the team. Not everybody needs to deal raw damage. So there it is. There's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do me a huge favor. Hit the like and a subscribe down below. Also, leave me a nice comment. Let me know if you are pulling her or if you have gotten her and what you think. Let's start a conversation down below. I do my best to reply to every single comment. Also, don't forget to join my Discord. Come say hello. And for more BearCozy videos, check out the top right.